Part 2. One day, Mother came to my room with a surprising announcement on her lips. Rosie would be returning from abroad in 5 days. It took me off guard, as in my previous life, Kendra's younger aunt had never married. I hadn't expected our arranged marriage to progress so seamlessly. I vaguely remembered Rosie as a warm and kind older sister, and marrying her seemed a far more reassuring thought than tying myself to anyone else. The following day, I arrived early at my fashion studio, eager to revise the design of my wedding attire. Since college, I have poured my heart into this piece, my fingers tracing every detail with care. Back then, I was fixated on marrying Kendra, ensuring every design choice matched her exacting tastes. She had never allowed me the luxury of choosing patterns I loved. In this life, I was finally free to choose my own wedding attire and marry someone who truly mattered to me. A few days later, after putting the final touches on my design, I went to the break room to unwind. I stumbled across Elliot's latest social media post as I settled in. The photo took my breath away. My carefully designed wedding attire had been sliced in half and transformed into a jacket. He was now wearing it as he danced intimately with Kendra. Big sister Kendra knew I needed an outfit, so she brought this over for me. Being pampered feels amazing. I couldn't believe my eyes. Anger bubbled up inside me, and I rushed to the 5th floor ballroom. There, Elliot and Kendra were dancing, their bodies swaying as one, moving in perfect harmony. That's my wedding attire. How dare you give it to him and ruin it like this? The moment Elliot caught sight of me, his face fell into a mask of fear, his eyes welling with tears. Kendra, did I do something wrong? Why does brother look so angry? Kendra shielded him with a smug smile, her voice dripping with disdain. Wyatt, it's just a wedding outfit, she scoffed, her hands on her hips. You were going to wear it for me anyway. What's the harm in letting Elliot wear it for a dance now? She waved her hand dismissively. Besides, I never liked this design anyway. Just make a new one. Stop throwing a tantrum over nothing. I stood there, stunned by her audacity. Who said it was for you? This was meant for my own wedding. Kendra shook her head, a sneer tugging at the corners of her lips. Give it a rest, Wyatt. Your wedding is our wedding, isn't it? I already agreed to marry you. This act is getting old. My gaze fell on the scissors lying on the nearby table. Without a second thought, I grabbed them and cut the fabric strip hanging from Elliot's waist. Kendra, since you're so sure, watch closely. I won't let anything be tainted, and I won't accept anyone sullied either. Kendra froze, her eyes widening as she took in my determination. No matter the trouble I had caused before, it had always been to please her. She had never seen me this serious, this resolute about cutting ties. She instinctively reached out to stop me, but before she could act, Elliot burst into loud sobbing cries. Kendra, my leg. I think I scraped it. Oh, it hurts so much. But it's okay. Don't worry about me. Go after brother. It's all my fault. Kendra paused for a brief moment, her eyes narrowing. Then she scoffed, watching me walk away. Ignore him. A jealous man like that needs a lesson. Let him reflect on his own foolishness. I stared down at the wedding outfit's threads still tangled in my hands. Silent tears fell as I wiped them away, grieving the loss of something I had poured my heart into. If losing a wedding outfit was the price of uncovering someone's true colors, then perhaps it was a hidden blessing. Tonight was the family banquet where I would formally meet Rosie. First impressions mattered more than ever. After a deep breath to steady myself, I made my way to the underground parking lot. From a distance, I noticed a car rocking slightly. As I drew nearer, I realized it was Kendra's Maserati. The driver's window was cracked open, and there she sat with Elliot on her lap. Elliot's glazed eyes and the rhythmic motion left little to the imagination. Though I had long since accepted that Kendra didn't love me, the sight still hit me in the chest, an instinctive sting I couldn't deny. Kendra caught my gaze, her eyes flashing with a momentary panic. But, as if to provoke me further, she quickly grabbed Elliot's hair, pulling him into a deeper kiss, her actions growing increasingly exaggerated. Elliot's muffled groans echoed through the empty parking lot, a sharp reminder of the intimacy I had never shared with her. I turned away, forcing myself to look past them as I walked toward my car. The drive to the Jewett estate felt longer than it should have. On the way, I made a stop to pick up the silk scarf I had prepared as a gift for Rosie. When I arrived at the Jewett family home, fate decided to intervene once again, and I ran into Kendra. As she opened her car door, my eyes were drawn to the scattered condoms on the passenger seat, a sight that made my stomach churn. She caught sight of the gift in my hand and, for a brief moment, looked somewhat flustered. But it wasn't long before her expression twisted into one of smug satisfaction. You bought me a gift? She asked, her voice dripping with mock curiosity. Let me see. I instinctively hid the gift behind my back, wary of her tendency to take anything she fancied. It's not for you, I shot back, my voice firm. Kendra chuckled softly, her eyes filled with disdain, as if she couldn't be bothered with my protest. Blowing a ring of smoke, she smirked, her words dripping with arrogance. You saw what happened in the parking lot, didn't you? I know you like me. You can't live without me. She took a drag from her cigarette before continuing, her tone turning almost condescending. But I've made it clear, Wyatt. The wedding's for you, but I'm marrying Elliot. He's the one making all the sacrifices. She paused for effect, her eyes gleaming with a malicious satisfaction. He'll be my legal husband, and all of this, she waved her hand casually, is completely normal. He'll probably stay over at our marital home from time to time. You'll just have to get used to it. Her lips curled into a mocking smile as she added, I'm doing this for your own good. You know. I was taken aback, not by the words themselves, but by the sheer boldness of her shamelessness. I turned to leave, but she grabbed my arm, her grip tight, her voice suddenly sharp. My aunt will be at the banquet tonight. She's important to the family, so this event is formal. She let go of my arm, but her gaze remained steady. I've given you enough face by letting you attend. If the elders ask about our marriage registration, just tell them it's already done. Her voice grew colder. And about the little boy you upset this afternoon, you'd better apologize to him after the banquet. If you don't remember, I can still back out of this wedding anytime before it's official. With that, Kendra strode into the dining room, leaving me trailing behind. I exhaled deeply, feeling a strange sense of relief. It didn't matter. Soon enough, she would realize who I truly intended to marry. Entering the room, I saw that Rosie hadn't yet arrived, but the elders were already seated, their murmurs filling the air. I intentionally avoided Kendra and chose a seat where I could leave a space beside me for Rosie. Seeing my choice, Kendra's lips curled into a frown. Without hesitation, she got up and sat beside me. "You're getting more pretentious by the day," she sneered, her voice dripping with disdain. "The seat was already saved for you, yet here you are, playing games." I frowned, about to explain that I'd saved the seat for her aunt, but just as I opened my mouth, a slender figure appeared in the doorway.